Hey everybody, today I'm making a custom frame out of a 2x4. Now I did use two 2x4s to make this because there were some really good spots on them and some really bad spots, and I wanted to make sure I had enough good material to make it the way I wanted to. After I trimmed the ends up, I moved my fence over just enough to take off the rounded sides of the 2x4s. With my blade height set, I moved my fence over to be a ½ inch away from it, and then made 2 passes on each side, flipping my piece 90 degrees to create the lip for the poster. With the start of a new day, I moved my fence over to cut the 2x4s to their final width of 1.5 inches. Now I'm going through the process of trimming everything down little by little to get the perfect fit for the plexiglass. Once I got all the material cut to length, I did a dry run before the actual glue up. This mostly entailed getting the strap clamp length set, making sure the frame was square, and that the miters were flush. Once I made sure everything was good during the dry run, I clamped the shorter ends of the frame down just to give me a little more support when I glued the longer pieces to them. I made sure to get glue on both sides of the joint before securing it with my strap clamp. So the reason why I'm using the pine that's got different colored grain, I don't know if you want to call it blue or a light gray, I just think it looks really cool, and I think it's going to give me a really cool effect when I use a darker stain as opposed to just doing it on this side. And I actually did stain 2 pieces. Here's the normal side, or the side without the different colored grain, and it looks alright. And here is a piece that's got the blue or the light gray on the one side and the pine or yellow color on the other, and I think that's going to give me a really cool effect when I go to spray lacquer this. So I'm definitely going to use this side, and it looks pretty cool. So alright, back to building. I let the frame sit for a little over 1.5 hours and then used my router to add a decorative profile to the outside edge. I then added a slight round over to the inside of the frame as well as the back side. After I finished sanding the frame, I applied a few coats of this pre-stained wood conditioner, and then I worked in a few coats of stain. Once I was happy with how it looked, I applied a few coats of spray lacquer. Once the lacquer had dried, I attached some corner braces to all 4 corners, just to give it a little bit of added support. Well, the frame is 99% done. I still have to get a custom plaque engraved, but that'll be done later this week. I do hope you enjoyed this week's video though. I invite you to leave any comments or questions below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.